'Tis the season to be jolly, but according to a recent national survey, nearly half of American adults experience some sort of sadness or depression around the fall and winter. Joining us now with more on those results is Dr. Tammy Woody from the University of Phoenix. Good morning to you and welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
This time of the year should be a merry one, very jolly. So why do you think the holiday season is such a stressful time for some people?
Sure. Well, this time of year is actually more stressful for those who are already prone to mental illnesses such as anxiety or depression. So we know that financial and emotional strain and stress are actually triggers. That means that it is critically important this time of year, those months from November to January, to be aware that this is a problem for some and to also make sure that they get help if they need it.
If you see someone or around someone that you feel is sadder than normal, what should you do and can you help them?
I think one of the most important things to do is to just communicate with someone. Sometimes we avoid those hard conversations because we're afraid of kind of opening a can of worms or, disrupting our holidays. But it's very important to just talk to someone, acknowledge what you're observing, talk about how they're feeling so that you can try to get help.
And what personal challenges do you find can lead to stress and depression?
There are a variety of factors. Of course, we've mentioned that ever-present financial strain. The holiday season can be very painful in terms of just personal grief and memories. And then lastly, loneliness, that sense of isolation.
And what are some of the warning signs of a potential mental health issue that we can look out for in our loved ones and our friends?
So the common signs that we should be looking for would be those excessive mood swings. So someone who's very anxious or very angry or really sad. We know that it's the season of overindulgence, but the abuse of alcohol or drugs, certainly a red flag. Avoiding friends and family, again, isolating oneself. So all of those, and of course anyone who actually mentions suicide or is thinking about harming themselves, that's another red flag.
And to have that conversation, as you mentioned, to let people know that you are there for them is so important, isn't it?
It absolutely is important. That's one of the most active steps that you can take to really just get the help that someone needs.
And when it comes to getting help and someone going into treatment, typically is that something that they have to go through an ongoing process, or is it something that you can complete in a certain amount of time?
You know, that is unique to every individual, and that's why it's important to work with a trained mental health professional. They would have the expertise to help establish those timelines and those goals to help someone, just get to where they need to be to live a successful life.
Are there some simple ways that things that people can do to keep the holidays festive and upbeat?
Yeah, so we know it's important to stay active. Don't skip those workouts. We know that sharing the load, delegating with friends and family really decreases our stress levels. Acknowledging how you're feeling is really important. So trying something new is a great approach. Again, don't get stuck on those traditions that are not helpful, but create new ones.
Well, Dr. Woody, some great tips for us. Thank you so much.
It was my pleasure. Thank you.
Don't let sadness bring down the joy of the holiday season. For more on what was discussed, just head to the website right there on your screen.